How to naturally eliminate pests in your garden is one of the top searches on the internet right now. And since today is Memorial Day, and you know what that means, I've been planting this since the first frost. We're gonna plant sweet potatoes. The slips are ready. I got tons. I got a hugel mound that's itching to be planted. And typically I would just pull the mulch back and plant. But since we have voles, we'll call this a vole war. We've got liquid castor oil. We've got castor oil pellets. And then with the deep mulch, we also have some slug bait, which is just iron phosphate, and it's totally natural. But we're gonna go ahead and prepare this bed. I've already pulled the mulch back, and I'm gonna ring the entire bed before we set this up. We're gonna create that invisible wall, and we're gonna keep those voles out. So we got a decent sweet potato harvest. Come on. So basically, all I've done is just pull this mulch back just around the edges, and then I'm gonna go ahead and put castor oil around the entire area. Then we're gonna go ahead and cut in some beds, and we're gonna do a half roost stout, half Wayland style, deep mix mulch sweet potato patch. And yes, I do have a couple volunteer potatoes that came up. That ain't gonna hurt anything. We're just gonna leave those where they're at. And this, I'm just gonna pour a nice little line and that'll soak in, and that'll create an invisible wall. Keep those voles out. And I'm also just going to take and put a couple handfuls of the dry castor oil, and you'll see what happens when we turn this. And also for good measure, I'm just going to put a couple handfuls of this iron phosphate out here. Discourage any slugs that might want to hide in the deep mulch. Now with the sweet potato slips, you want those roots in the ground. What I found, and I've seen other farmers do this, by having a little rise to plant those slips into, you get a pretty decent little harvest, and you get quite a few plants together. So I'm just skimming a light little bit off the top, and we're making a little rise there. Then we'll come back and we'll put our slips. Let me get this done. So I'm not really digging, I'm just kind of scraping a little bit off the top, making a little rise. So then, I'm gonna just take my slips. We've got some really good roots on these. I'm gonna set it on its side and bury it. Leave a little bit sticking out. I'm gonna do that every 4 or 5 inches. Then I'm just gonna come back and mulch over the top of that. Whoop, knocked over my glass. And also remember, everywhere that stem touches the ground, it has an opportunity to root, and everywhere it roots, it has an opportunity to make more potatoes. But I'm expecting this entire area here to be vole free and grow some pretty good sized tubers. Now these, we just had the top sitting in the water, and they're making some pretty good slips, and they got some little roots on them. But I'm gonna go ahead and plant those also. We're just gonna go ahead and open them up right here. Just break that off, get it in the soil, cover it up. They got some nice roots right there. Now you don't really want to plant the potato part of it unless all you want is nice green leaves. Sweet potato leaves are all edible, so you may want to grow leaves. And where roost stout would have just dropped it on the ground and covered it with hay, sweet potato slips, they actually do need to have soil contact. So I'm doing it Wayland's way. Peel the rest of these off of here. And I am kind of mixing the big ones with the little ones. I don't think it really matters. Some of these got real long roots on them already. Some of them haven't even started their roots yet. Right over here, we're going to do an experiment. And I am going to go ahead and plant that potato with the slip on it, and we'll see what we get. And then we just mulch back in. We just scatter that mulch back in on them. Obviously, that's for four-legged critters. Bigger four-legged critters, we've got the fence, and you do need a fence if you got deer in your area and you can't keep them out of your garden. It's got to be at least 8 feet tall, if not taller. I've got an electric wire around the bottom because I've got armadillos, and there's nothing like coming out to the garden, have one of them little tanks plow up your entire garden. But for the hugelkultur, I use this mesh screen. I put that in the bottom, then put the logs, and we layered in here. And I've been waiting since the frost to plant this out. We're going to see whether the castor oil over here or the screen barrier works best. Now I'm assuming these all grow. But just look at the roots that we have on those slips. Let me get these broke apart and we'll get them in the ground. What I'm doing here is I've made 2 trenches, one on either side. I'm going to plant these kind of close together. I'm planting them kind of deep. This mound goes down into the ground quite a little ways, so I think we're going to be okay. And then I'm going to use my pine shavings as a mulch to cap this off, to keep that moisture in here. As these start vining out, this volunteer watermelon, I think that's one of those orange fleshed ones that we really like, but we'll see what we get. Now I'm just going to backfill with this animal bedding. That'll help hold that moisture in there. And being a hugel mound, it's moist down in there, but the top, just like any other container, gets a little drier a little faster, so we're just giving it a little help. And by waiting until it got warm enough at night, these ought to start taking off pretty quick. Well, it looks like I got a few more sweet potatoes than I got room. But the vole war has started. Whether it's castor oil to keep those little burrowing critters out, whether it's a physical barrier, whether you put a little bit of iron phosphate down to keep the slugs from chewing on things, or a little BT, Bacillus thuringiensis, to keep the worms off your cabbages. It's all natural, it's all organic, pet safe. One of the best things you can have is a good barn cat. Come in and help keep some of the critters down. But that's the thing, you gotta know what your tolerance is for sharing. And I don't mind sharing a little bit. We plant so much. I keep saying the hardest work we ever do is harvest. And I got so many volunteers this year because we didn't get it all harvested last year. You can do this too. And until next time, remember, it's Memorial Day. Take care of yourself, take care of your family, and God bless you. Well, I think we're gonna have some coleslaw. It's not the biggest cabbage I ever grew, but it's sure gonna be tasty. Come on, let's plant. Let's go plant garden.